So this might be a repeat for some people, but I just want to make this quick video. I made another trip and I want to just show you real quick. So this is what the tree does, okay? All these gaps and ledges and edges, and then it breaks down into all these little pieces like this. And you see the rings in them, okay? So let's go right up here. So I've told you that quartz is the petrified sap. So them little pieces that I just showed you, these are just a couple, for example. They are everywhere for a 100-mile radius. These are them little pieces, okay? You come right up here, I'm going to show you. This is just another one of them, another incredible finds where you can see the color of the wood. First, I want to show you that is the sap in these biblical trees that petrified. Look at this. This is stone, but this is so preserved. It doesn't even look petrified. It looks fresh. So each one of these is not a ring. The tree's like fibers. This whole thing could have been part of one ring that was feet upon feet thick. But look at this. It's incredible. And that's the sap that petrified. It's what they call quartz in today's world. So gold and quartz, they always run together unless they've been separated through hard rock mining or pieces falling down, breaking, getting into the river, into the ground. But the gold originated in the trees. It was liquid inside the trees, just like most of all the other metals and minerals on the periodic table. It came from the biblical trees, plants, shrubs, bushes, and vegetation. It's kind of like, you know, they put truth in plain sight all the time. Like you look at Avatar, how they plug into the trees. They were alive. Not saying that's what man did, but the trees were special. There's energy all around us. It's a common denominator, people. Look at this. This is truly incredible. And these are just all the little pieces and parts. See? If you crush up sap from a cedar tree today, you'll see it's the same as this, petrified. It's identical. This is the sap. Let's see what's on the other side. It's pretty incredible. But yeah, these are all just them little pieces I just showed you. And all these little pieces everywhere. And you see the characteristics of the cedar. It always got the, like here, the twists and turns. Just the way the cedar does, how it twists and turns up. This here was curving. And this whole piece right here would be like a grain of sand in the entire ocean. That's how insignificant and small this is from the tree that it came from. That's pretty close to the original colors. All right, just wanted to show you this because it is incredible. Most of this stuff has the moss and the lichen on it, like this. But every now and then you find a piece, and this is worldwide. It's not just here where I come. Up in Colorado, and all the mountains are the same thing there, just a different way, harder to see unless you got eyes to see it. Your Garden of the Gods, all that type of structures, all cedar. Look at that. This doesn't even look petrified. And there's your quartz, which is sap. And the gold runs in this. You will not find one without the other unless it was busted out. It was in the tree for whatever reason. So all this below here is the same as this, all of this. It's like this for a 100-mile radius. It's truly incredible. All right, I'm gonna leave this at that. I just wanted to show this piece. Okay. Here's your petrified sap, and the gold runs in it. Just like I've done videos on mica. So see, like this little piece right here. That's just a little piece. All of this. Some more of the quartz, which is the sap. And everywhere around with the petrified cedar remains here are are old cedars from after that age. You see how they always have the flat edges and the random ledges, like here. The flat edges and the random ledges, these little pieces, it's like fibers. See that? Take a good look at the way it breaks down flat. Okay, go down here one more time and I'll show you once again just how large, massive these, just the branches alone. So these are all, just this little piece right here would be one of them. How small and insignificant it is, and that's from a branch. And then you got all these gaps throughout here. I'll put a couple pictures in where these gaps are so large, 10 feet, 5 feet, 20 feet, you could walk through them. They're massive. And we're like walking on the top of the branches that are piled up and piled up. All right, I'm going to end it here. So I'm here at this other piece. When I show you, I've shown you many times this here, let me back up. This here is just one of them little pieces, okay? One of them little pieces. And you see the trees like fibers, okay? Some of it stays preserved due to the location and the moisture and weather that it gets. And you see the sap that petrified. This here is pretty preserved. Most everything looks like that. So all this hollow area here, trees like fibers, all this fell away. It was so massive. And remember, I can show it to you, but I can't understand it for you. As crazy as it sounds, the gold and quartz. The quartz is the petrified sap of all different colors from different plants, trees, bush, vegetation. The same with the quartz crystals, whether they're small or very large. It's just part of the tree, part of the sap, part of the lifeblood of the plant, tree, bush, whatever it was. Above ground, underground. It's just what happens. It's part of the tree, even the crystals. But the gold runs with the quartz. They always run together, unless they were broken out through rocks breaking and getting into a river or hard rock mining. But the gold and quartz, like copper and many other metals, always come from hard rock mining. They ran with the quartz, which is the petrified sap. They were in the tree. I could show it to you, but I can't understand it for you. Whatever purpose it was in God's original creation, you know, it's just kind of like Avatar. They always put truth in plain sight. You know, they plug into the trees. They're alive through the energy. But I'm not saying that we plugged into the trees, but it's something similar to that. The tree of life, the tree of knowledge of good and evil. I'm telling you, this is self-evident. Quartz and gold always run together. If the quartz is the petrified sap, it's a common denominator. And I always teach in science it was deposited. It's never deposited. Deposited from where? From the highest mountain to under the ground. What could deposit it? Where did it come from? Use a little logic and common sense. Gold and silver and a lot of these minerals are found worldwide, from the top of the highest mountains to deep underground. It's all tree remains. It wasn't deposited in it. Deposited from where? You know, you can't. It don't fit. This is a common denominator. But I just want to show you this. This is incredible. Same thing with the mica. The mica was the bark of the tree. The asbestos, which is a great fire retardant and insulator, it was part of the trees for the purpose of probably the gold, like a conductor, or the copper. I know that sounds crazy, but I'm telling you, it's the truth. Look at this. This is incredible. All right, I'm going to end this one here. And then another thing is the quartz. They use it in computers, in microchips, everything. It retains memory. So that's another thing. The sap retains memory, the quartz. Somebody smart out there could put it all together. But they use quartz in electronics because it retains memory. And it was part of the tree, the same as the gold, the silver, the copper, uranium, palladium. All of it. All right. And I'll show you what this looks like to most people. Like this, it don't look like anything because it's hidden. All this. Let me get back over here. Like I showed you, This is just one of them little pieces. And everything under this grassland right here where I'm at is the exact same thing. And here's your flat edge. More of the quartz and the petrified sap. Come around here where it doesn't get a lot of the elements. And this doesn't even look petrified, but it's hard as stone. It is stone. It's petrified. All right, people.